man, this place is packed.
I saved you a seat.
That's mine.
Look at this. Oh, that's so cool.
So, rough week, huh?
Yeah, but it's about to get better.
The hottest nightlife is at Miami.com. Hot city, hot site.
This is so good.
The most amazing thing I've ever tasted.
You know what? Let's get it on.
Oh, yeah.
That's fantastic. This is really good.
Find the hottest dining spots at Miami.com. Hot city, hot site.
Any store can tell you about saving. At Publix, we love to show you how to save more. Check out our weekly ad, full of savings. Buy one, get one free? How awesome is that? BOGO, BOGO, BOGO. Savings, 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 savings everywhere. Plus, we're really coupon friendly, so you know you'll be saving like a champ. Coupon here, here. It just takes a little planning. You love to shop here? You'll love to save here. Come on, let's go save some money. Publix, where shopping is a pleasure.
Welcome back to the Lifetime Miami Marathon and Half Marathon. And now crossing the finish line of the Lifetime Miami Half Marathon is U.S. Olympian Manny Huerta, and Miami native. He represented the U.S. in triathlon in London. Nice job, Manny. Here's our Tropical 5K winner, Brian Sharkey, and he finishes the half in 1:17:45. Halfway point of the Lifetime Miami Marathon GP as they make their way over the last real hill they'll see here, the bridge over the Miami River, and our 2 leaders just side by side. Not a lot has changed except the mileage.
No, it's going to be interesting to see if they go all the way, mano a mano, to the finish, or if one of them does, as we just saw earlier in the half marathon, around mile 7 or so, with Tabut and Towet. Towet obviously fading away. We'll have to see what happens with the marathon boys.
Awesome out there! You guys are awesome!
Here's a surprise. Now hitting the tape for the win in the Lifetime Miami Half Marathon, Shannon Miller. She's been training in the cold of New York, but she wins here in Miami in 1:21:08. In silver medal position in the Lifetime Miami Half, that's Yolimar Pineda. Although conditions this year might be a little humid, that doesn't seem to dampen the enthusiasm and spirit of our thousands of runners. Let's check in with our own Lee Zolman.
What greets the runners here around mile 8, beautiful blue skies and a blue cheer station. We have absolutely the best support here on the course. It is electric out here. The runners are loving it. It is a perfect day here in Miami for the Lifetime Miami Marathon and Half Marathon.
As they go through the aid stations, as a coach, I always look to see the more desperation for fluids. The athletes, the more desperate to reach for fluids, is usually the athletes less relaxed. So that's kind of a interesting perspective.
Well, the anticipated finishing time would be somewhere in the 2:20 time period. Both of these athletes have run much faster than that, so this could be conditions, it could be pacing, it could just be running as quickly as I need to win the race. So right now it's all about placement. The time is a secondary consideration. Our third place woman approaches the finish line at the Lifetime Miami Half Marathon. Angela Brito hits the line in 1:22:37.
I was actually just trying to hang on and figure out hanging on to who was first and second, and then just from that, just was like, okay, I'm just gonna cruise in, do what I need to do, hang on, and then go for placement. I knew in about the 10K, it was more about place today. It was about placement today than it was about time. So I'm very happy, very delighted.
Along South Miami Avenue, another one of the very distinct communities that make up the course of the Lifetime Miami Marathon, as do the runners. It really does pull together the running community here in South Florida and in Miami, GP.
Absolutely fantastic. All the various communities that come into play in this marathon, the Lifetime Miami Marathon, are just absolutely fantastic. And this community here just gorgeous. This gated community. I believe this is where you keep home as well, David. Is that right?
Not exactly. But I think over the 12 years of this race, it really has, the race organizers and the operators, what they've been able to do is not only been able to take runners for a beautiful tour of all the great communities, but they've been able to bring all of the different running groups and organizations and clubs and sort of bring them together to tell them, this is your marathon, be proud in it, come out and be a part of it. As you know, GP, being able to run at an even pace is crucial for a successful marathon, but for a lot of runners, this is not easy, and that's why the Lifetime Miami Marathon uses a team of experienced marathon pacers to help each runner reach their goal.
I would say there are two reasons why you would want a pacer. One is if you're used to running in a group, when you find a pacing group, you stay with the group for the entire race, so it feels like the same environment that you did when you were training with a group. The other reason is if you are nervous about your timing, if you don't know if you're going too fast or too slow, you just pick your target time, find the pacer for that time, and just stick with them, and the pacer will take care of making you cross the finish at the time that you want.
The mental aspect of the race is huge. When you're out there on your own, sometimes the mental gets the best out of you, and you start thinking, oh, I can't do this, or what am I doing this, oh, what was I thinking? But when you're with other people, you encourage each other, and you realize, you know, this is tough, but we can do it. We're here, we're gonna make it together. We were running as a team, and we help you believe, yes, you can do it. It is tough, but you can do it.
And if we're at like mile 20 and they feel still pretty good, I just say go ahead and go. You know, I want you to achieve your goal or even shatter your goal. So if they're feeling good at mile 20, I'll let them go. I just don't want to pass them back up.
It's an amazing experience. There's so many different reasons, but pacing for me is all about helping people and supporting them to reach those goals. And running a marathon is not an easy thing, but it's totally doable. Especially the group that I run with, the 5.5 hours, a slower group. I usually get a lot of beginners. People always have a dream, and I love helping people achieve their dreams. So that's one of the reasons I became a pacer.
Let's check in again with Lee Zolman, who has found the Baptist Health South Florida Cheer Zone. Lee?
If anyone has come to Miami, you know about the people here. We have great support. We have great spectators. They just make the race more phenomenal than it already is. We are in the thick of the action downtown Miami, and this is what makes Miami so great. The crowds, the spectators, it is just a great race.
Yeah, we've seen different points where there's more wiping of the face, more looking over at each other, so more just trying to establish, you know, I know how I feel. I wonder how he feels.
Yeah, and the other thing too, Dave, is, you know, at the start of the race, there were some other legitimate marathons with some great pedigrees in the low 220s. These two gentlemen are only running at about those 220s, so it shows that they're so far out of sight that the conditions are definitely a factor. These other previously 220 marathoners are nowhere near to be seen.
Yep. The 26.2 miles of any marathon are challenge enough. When you factor in atmospheric conditions, it adds to what is already a very challenging endeavor. The Lifetime Miami Marathon and Half Marathon is brought to you by the Miami Parking Authority and by the City of Miami.